Hey everybody, in this video we're going to talk about setting the tempo in our Pro Tools session. Second, we're going to talk about creating a click track. Let's start with setting the tempo. As we talked about in one of our previous videos when we talked about the transport, you can double click the red tempo diamond and you can change the tempo, your BPM or beats per minute here. You can simply type in a new tempo and hit enter. You can play the track and start hitting T on your keyboard and tap out the tempo. You need at least 4 taps to get your tempo going. And we knew my tempo was 75, so let's listen to our click track. Let's open up transport and turn the click on. So you can hear it's just straight quarter notes there. And if we change the resolution, it actually changes the click track. Another way to change the tempo if you don't want to do any tempo changes is to turn your conductor off and you'll see manual tempo. You can just type in a tempo or click and drag, and you can see my grid is moving with the tempo. But as we said in the video before, you're unable to do tempo changes and a couple of other things if you don't have the conductor on. So let's leave the conductor on and let's do our tempo changes with double clicking the red diamond. If you don't want to double click the red diamond, again, you can always click and drag up or down on the transport window, or you can click the tempo and just type in whatever tempo you want. And that's pretty much it for setting the tempo. There are some more advanced things that we get into in some other videos, like finding the tempo of a song that you don't know. But as far as setting a tempo that you want, you can either tap a song that you're recording or tap along to a song that's already recorded and find the tempo, or whoever made the song can give you the tempo. If it's a commercial song, you can look online to find the tempo, and you can use these methods to enter your tempo. So the grid does change with the tempo, so since we are in tempo with the song, we can do things like loop a couple of bars. We can hold control and click our playback, and it will loop these 2 bars for me. Another cool thing we can do is we can do tempo changes. So if I change the tempo at bar 17 because I'm highlighted on bar 17 and I click the plus on the tempo ruler for a tempo change, I'm going to go to 140. You'll see the grid changes to 140, so it gets much smaller because the tempo is much faster, almost double time. But you'll see that the audio didn't change. If you do want your audio to warp with the tempo, you would have to use something called elastic audio, which we will definitely get into in a later video. And you would have to turn the audio track to be tick-based instead of sample-based. Again, more on that later. So now, when I click and I go to 140, you'll see the track gets much faster. So again, almost double time. So you can do some pretty cool stuff with changing tempos and warping audio, that kind of stuff. So that's how you do tempo changes. You can also do things like click the down arrow on the tempo, choose your pencil tool, and you can do gradual builds if you want. So let's say from 17 to 25, you wanted to have it ramp up to about 100 beats per minute. If you watch my tempo, you can see it ramp up at those points in time. Since my song is stretching with it, it'll give you that gradual feeling of getting faster and more intense, which can be pretty cool in certain scenarios. Won't use it a whole lot, but when you need it, it's awesome. And by this point, it's much faster. So pretty cool way to do tempo changes and gradual tempo builds and things of that nature. Any of your editing tools will pretty much work in this window. You can highlight and trim up certain sections of tempo, and basically whatever you can think of tempo-wise you can do. Next, let's talk about our click track. So I'm going to get rid of this click track by right-clicking and deleting it, and show you how to make one. You want to go to the track menu and create click track, and it will create an aux track with a click instrument already on the aux track. The click, like most plugins, is fully automatable. You can automate any of the things that you see here. But for now, we just want you to be able to create a click track and use your count off like we showed you in the last video, or things like pre and post roll to be able to record your songs, record your MIDI parts or your audio parts, and have your metronome or click track available to keep you in time. Again, if you are playing it and you do not hear the click track, you might check the transport window and click the metronome button, because that cycles the metronome off and on. And thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.